Good evening, students. Today we are going to learn a new topic from the lesson Production and Employment. The topic name is Sectoral Share of Employment. Sectoral Share of Employment. Every economy divided into three sectors. Those are primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Primary sector is nothing but agriculture sector. Secondary sector is called industrial sector. Tertiary sector is called service sector. Besides forming GDP of a country, these three sectors are the only source for employment. So here we have three pie graphs which shown the share of employment source provided by each sector. Here two different years, two graphs for two different years. In 1972-73, the agriculture sector, it is in light blue color. The agriculture sector provided in 1972-73, the agriculture sector provided 74%. Huge employment resource were in agriculture sectors, whereas in service sector only 15%. 15% of employment source. There was only 15% employment source in 1972-73 economical year. In industries only 11%. It is least in this employment sources in 1970-73. The least source provided by industrial sector. So when we see in 2015-16, the share in GDP decreased. The share in GDP decreased from agriculture sector. The share in GDP decreased, but it still provided highest number of employment resource than other two sectors. In 2015-16, the agriculture sector provided 47%. It is also more than the service sector and industrial sector. But service sector huge tremendously increased. The source in service sector tremendously increased from 15% in 1972-73 to 31% in 2015-16 financial year. So industrial sector also increased, but not much like service sector and this agriculture sector. It doubled from 11% to 22%. This source of employment provided by these three sectors in different years, but even the share in GDP decreased. A lot of decrease happened in agriculture sector, but still provided so much employment source in our country in 2015-16 also. So like this you can understand in India so much employment resources are in agriculture sector. So you have to learn about disguised unemployment. In this topic you need to understand disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment mostly we can see in agriculture sector, because our country is a second highest populated country. So these three sectors are unable to provide huge economic employment resources. That's why so many people are settled in agriculture sector. So disguised unemployment means more number of people are engaged than required at a work. Even if a few people move out, production will not affected. This type of employment called disguised unemployment. For example, if a country in a country a farmer is cultivating an acre of land. From his family, 3 members are working in that acre of land. They are producing 100 bags of rice, but in his family some more persons also involved in that farming. but production of 100 bags are not increased. Even though that additional 3 members removed from that work, the production could not be affected. So this type of employees called disguised unemployees, disguised unemployment. If people engaged in a work more than required, when they removed from that work, the production will not be affected, will not change. So these are additional employees. Even though they removed from that, the production could not be reduced. This type of employment called disguised unemployment. So this is the information about sectoral shares of employment in different in these sectors in different years, and disguised unemployment. These disguised unemployment is very important to your examinations. Thank you, students.